What up? Jeff here with all my Bitcoin Renegades. And I know I'm smiling, but I'm not happy. Actually, I'm kind of happy because Bitcoin is up. Bitcoin's at 54,000. It went up to 55,000. Yes. Bitcoin is kicking butt. But guess what? The graph isn't. I want to do this video about how good Bitcoin is doing, but there's just something compelling in me to explain the graph and wonder and maybe ask you guys why this is happening. Okay, I know a lot of you have been in crypto probably about the same time I have, a year. Some of you are OGs from way back in the day, but most of us have been here a year or less, or let's say 18 months or less, because I've been here about 18 months. Let's say 18 months or less. Okay, now every single one of you that has ever dealt with the graph in the past, I think it's only been around for this year. Maybe the last part of last year. But basically this year, 2021, the graph has been around, maybe a little bit before, like I said. But so every single time the graph follows Bitcoin up, it follows Bitcoin down. It has a little tiny difference. Hardly at all that you can tell. Like some line goes, sideways for the graph, and it will go up a little bit for Bitcoin, and then sideways, and then down, and the graph goes down. So there's just a little difference in some of the lines, but it follows it 100 times out of 100. I've watched it over the course of the last however long it has been around. Okay, now mind you, the first 3 days the graph was around, its market cap went from $0 to $750 million in 3 days. This was the number 6 ranked crypto, or the number 8 ranked crypto by popularity on Coinbase, because it made money every time. So I watched the graph go up all the way to 289. I sold out. I bought in at 29 cents, the very first pump that graph made. I've told you this story before. I sold out making like a $500, a couple $100 profit. It went up to 289. I bought in at 29 cents. I would have 10x'd my money. So that $10,000 would have been $100,000. I got scared out. That was my own fault. That was back in the day. That was my Bitcoin money. I was only bored because Bitcoin, I was in Coin and Bitcoin was going up and I wanted it to go down to buy back in. So I was like, well, in the meantime, I might as well buy the graph. And I put all my $10,000 into the graph at that time. And like I said, I got scared out. If I wouldn't have, I would have made a huge killing. So anyway, now we move down the road. I watched the graph carefully because it's one of my very favorite cryptos. I like the way that it makes money. I like that it's the Google of blockchains. I like that other people like it too. There are just so many good things. I like the color. I like the symbol. There's just a lot of things that I really, really like about the graph. I like that it follows Bitcoin. I like that it, is DeFi. It's just, there's so many good things about it, right? And so I'm tracking it. I'm watching it. I'm studying it. I'm researching it. I'm writing down key points, key prices. I'm looking for different levels at different times. I'm looking for any clue that I can get when a good entry point is and when a good exit point is and what the movements of the graph do in a bull market and in a bear market. And we've only had a mini bear market to judge what the graph looks like in a bear market. So what I'm saying is the graph in the top of a bear market was 73 cents. Well, let's go look right now. This is sad. The last bear market that we had at 30,000 with Bitcoin. Sorry guys, I don't like to show you this kind of stuff, but I wanted to do a positive video about Bitcoin today, but this would not let me. I could not get over this fact right now. I can't. It bothers me so bad. But look, we're sitting at 73 cents. Why does that matter? Why am I mad about that? Because look, I want to show you a little something in the month here. See how we went all the way down to 61 cents right here? Okay, now let's go back and look at the year. This is the bear market over here, guys. So this was Bitcoin's big pump to 65,000, and then here was the first dump, and then here was the big dump. Okay, so we're in a bear market right here. Do you see these bear market prices? 84, 65, 82. 79, 80. 82, 7. Oh, we did go down to 49 right there. Okay, so yeah, this was a bear market. We were at 49 cents. That would be a dream price for the graph. I should have bought it at that time at 49 cents. But look, we go up to 73 cents in a bear market. This is the bear market when Bitcoin was at $29,000. Well, then it went up to about 35 right here, but still, it was still a bear market for Bitcoin. Now look where we are. 73 cents again? Is Bitcoin down to 30,000? Wait, Bitcoin's at 50,000. Hold on. Wait, where's Bitcoin at? Oh my God, we're at 55,000. How? Okay, yes, Bitcoin's at 55,000. That's a good thing, right? I mean, I'm happy about that. Like, I'm so conflicted right now. It feels weird. I'm telling you, because I'm super happy about Bitcoin and it going up. But it's like someone's trying to teach me a lesson here. You know when I got out of AMP and put my money in the graph? Then the AMP exploded right after I took my money out of it, right? So I took my money out of Bitcoin and bought the graph. Now Bitcoin explodes and the graph won't. It's like somebody's trying to teach me not to take money out of one Bitcoin or one crypto into another, but that's an irrelevant lesson. That's how you make money, guys. So whoever's trying to teach me that lesson, or if that's just a universe lesson that I don't understand, but here you have it, dude. It doesn't make sense. Look, I'll show you the bear market for Bitcoin. Over here, this is where the graph was sitting at 73 cents right here. It was right here at 35,000, right there. Okay? So this was the bear market that we just had with the graph. Did you see the graph do any of this up here? Yeah, the first time it did. The first time it did. But then look. Now let's go look at the year on the graph. This will be a little better perspective. See that? See, we start to go up with it, and then we fold over. Bitcoin didn't fold over. So why did the graph fold over? It followed Bitcoin the whole rest of the time. Something's not right here. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. Look at the rest of the altcoins. They're up. Stellar Lumens. Okay, Orchid's down a little bit. Monero up. Ethereum up. VeChain up. The graph down. Ethereum Classic up. IOTA up. Neo down. Okay, BAT up. Dash up, Zcash up, Digibyte up. See, look at all these up. So Lisk is down. There's very few that are down, okay? Algorand, but it was way high. Algorand needed to come down. Waves at $27? That's pretty high. It needed to come down. CeeLo at $6? That's really high. It needed to come down. So the Neo at $46? That's high. It needed to come down. So all of the ones... This actually makes it worse for me. I didn't even realize this. The ones that are going down right now already had a huge pump. They already went to all-time highs or big highs. The graph didn't, guys. The graph did none of that, and it's losing. Something changed. And I want to show you this one thing that I put on Twitter because this says it all. It doesn't make sense why this is a thing or why this... changed. You can see where the graph follows Bitcoin and then when it doesn't anymore. Look at this. Okay, so looking at them side by side, do you notice anything with me, guys? Do you notice that the graph follows Bitcoin almost exactly until we get to where it's time to make a profit? Now, every other time that Bitcoin has gone to these prices, the graph has gone up with it. This is a conundrum. This doesn't make sense. Bitcoin going up and not bringing altcoins with it. Now, the Bitcoin dominance is higher than ever right now. That doesn't make sense. With Bitcoin dominance being higher, that means it brings the coins with them up and down even more. That means Bitcoin is controlling the other altcoins more. But yet, look at this. Look at the difference, guys. It's exactly the same at the very beginning. Look at that. The quick check down, up, and then dump, right? And then you have a sideways action. Bitcoin did go up in a little hump first, but I love when my TV just comes on its own. But anyway, That's what it just did. It just came on its own. Did you hear that? Anyway, so you have the hump right here. And you don't really have as much of a hump there. You kind of do, but they're a little bit different, you could argue. But look, it still has the same dump there, and then the same going sideways, but the lowest point is at a different point. The lowest point is right after the dump over here on Bitcoin. But the lowest point in the graph, this is where everything changed, is at the bottom over here. For something happened down here. When it was here that changed it from Bitcoin. This should have been the bottom for the graph, right where the bottom of the Bitcoin is. Because look, it followed it exactly until right there. And then something changed it right there. I guess everybody sold the graph. It went from popularity number 8 to popularity number 28. The market cap went from 4.4 billion all the way down to 3 billion. Okay, man, something's happening in the graph. Someone took $1 billion out of it. More than $1 billion out of it. What the heck, man? So I don't know. I'm not trying to spread FUD. I'm just bringing to your attention what this is. I am still keeping my money in the graph. So don't think this is a video trying to scare you out of the graph. This is just a video trying to get my head to process what is going on and why, because it doesn't make sense to me. And I want to know what you guys think of this and why all of a sudden the graph changes from Bitcoin and from what it normally does with it and follows it up. I want to show you the last time. This is a huge, piece of what I'm trying to say. I want to show you the last time that Bitcoin went to $52,000. And that's what you just saw there, is when we were up at 52,000. Now the graph was at $1.07 the last time Bitcoin was at 52,000. So it's staying down at 73 cents right here, right where I break even. It really makes me like, what is going on here? For real, is Coinbase trying to stop me from making a profit? Because when I make money and I sell my graph on here, Coinbase has to pay for that, I think. So no one has ever been able to tell me where the money that I make comes from. It either comes from another person losing money, or it comes from an exchange losing money. Somebody has to lose money in order for me to make money. But that's okay, the money's already lost. So if I didn't get the money, somebody else would. It's not like I'm going in and taking somebody's money. It's that they already lost the money, and it's up for grabs now for anyone who can make money off of that crypto. I think that's kind of how it pools into like a pool or something. I don't know. I'm just guessing, guys. But as you see, this is really, really strange for Bitcoin. See, the month sucks. You can't even really see. The year is what shows it. So let's look at this. Let's go back to this point right here where everything changed right around here. And then let's go look at Bitcoin's year long and show you the difference. Gosh, it's almost laughable because this went up so much and the graph did not. So I need to go back and forth to give you guys a good idea. And it always goes back to the day, dang it. So look, Bitcoin went way up right here. We started to go up a little bit. And we should have went all the way up to probably $1.50 right here. So this is the first time that the graph actually falls short of Bitcoin, which is okay. It doesn't always follow Bitcoin all the way up, but it normally follows it at least part of the way like this. You see, it went from all the way from 55 all the way up to $1.07, down, back up to $1.07, and then we had this happen. Now let's go look at Bitcoin at the same time in dates. So now you're looking here, see, instead of going down and then falling over sideways, it went all the way back up. This is what the graph should have done right here. Instead of, we dumped with Bitcoin, yes, right here, but this is where everything changed with the graph right here. You see that instead of going up and following it up, it just rolls over. You can see this area right here is where it changed. I'll show you this area on the graph next. Because this is exactly where everything changed at this down right here. And instead of pumping up with Bitcoin, all those thousands of dollars, look how low it was, $41,000 right here. You see how low that is? Actually, maybe even lower. Yeah, no, 41,000. And then boom, it went all the way up to 54,000. $14,000, guys. 14 grand. But how much did the graph go up in that time? It went from 63 to 73. It went up 10 cents. What? So Bitcoin goes up $14,000 and the graph only goes up 10 cents? The last time Bitcoin was at this peak, remember? It was, what was it? 52,000, right? Okay, so yeah, we're sitting at $1.06. And then we had a peak right over here, but where are we sitting at? 71 at that time. What? So Bitcoin is having a weekly high, yet the graph is having like yearly lows and stuff. It's like, it doesn't make sense. It follows it until what? I don't get it. I can't wrap my head around it, guys. I need some encouragement here. I'm trying to give you encouragement on Bitcoin and other stuff all the time. What is happening with the graph, guys? I don't know. The technical analysis, I saw a head and shoulders pattern right here. As you see, this was a gnarly head and shoulders pattern that broke to the downside right here. You see that? And it broke way to the downside. And so this is yesterday. While Bitcoin was going up, the graph was having a head and shoulders pattern that broke to the downside. And it went all the way down to 69 cents. It says 70, but it actually went below 70. It actually went to 68 cents. I saw it. So we are looking at only a 5-cent gain in, since Bitcoin went up $14,000. It baffles me, guys. It doesn't make sense. I know it's hard for the poor people to get out of their situation, but when the world changes to just keep you out of, making money, it really irritates me. I worked hard for this, guys. I did so much research. I spent so much time figuring this trade out. That's the only reason I put that kind of money in it, guys. That is basically half of the money that I have in the world. So if this doesn't do good, I'm just toast. And it's like they know that, and they're trying to make me toast. I don't know who, because there isn't somebody I can just point the finger and be like, yeah, they're manipulating the graph, because I don't know. It doesn't, it sounds paranoid, but look at it, dude. It sounds paranoid, but look, it is. Something's wrong. There's something going on here, guys. Tell me there isn't. If you can explain to me what's happening, and I'm conflicted on it. Because on the one hand, I want to show people that this is kind of ridiculous. But on the other hand, I don't want to spread fear, uncertainty, and doubt. I don't want people to lose money either, though. And I don't want to start a big graph sell-off. And that's, it's probably lower than 28th right now. Yeah, it went to 29th now. It's losing. And look, only 22% of the people are buying. 77% are selling at 73 cents. Really? 70% of the people are selling at this low price? Are you not familiar with the graph? I mean, yeah, it went to 287. So what does it? We're in a bull market, guys. Bitcoin just went to $55,000. So, all right, guys. That being said, you know what time it is? Goodbye and good Bitcoin. Bang!